Welcome back. Let's move on now to the new legal year. Yes, the Lagos Judiciary scored another first, the first judiciary to fully return back to work. And as usual, they did it in grand style with special Thanksgiving services to thank God for keeping them safe despite the pandemic and the lockdown. We have some highlights from the legal year ceremony up next. Simultaneous Thanksgiving services were held at the Cathedral Church of Christ, Marina, and the Central Mosque, both in Lagos Island, to mark the commencement of the Lagos State Judiciary's new legal year. At the mosque, the Chief Judge of Lagos, Justice KAZEEM ALOGBA, Admin Judge, Justice Toyin Oyeko Abdullahi, other judges and magistrates of the Muslim faith were joined by the Chief Imam and other officiating ministers. Senior advocates, lawyers, members of staff of the Lagos State Judiciary, and some stakeholders in the justice sector also joined in the special service. The service commenced with 2 rakats by the Chief Imam, after which there was a reading from the Holy Quran and special du'as in supplication to Allah. The Muslim faithfuls also listened to lectures on the judiciary and the growth of the nation. The speakers encouraged them to always administer justice with sincerity, to guarantee national security, as well as to preserve peace, progress and growth in the country. At the Cathedral Church of Christ, Admin Judge Justice Grace Onyabo and other judges, magistrates and Christian faithfuls were joined by the wife of the Governor of Lagos, Dr. Ebijoke Sanwo-Olu. The Diocesan Bishop of Lagos, Right Reverend Humphrey Olumakaye, admonished the judiciary to continue to uphold righteousness and justice while settling disputes. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, through his wife, Dr. Ebijoke, commended the judiciary for particularly rising up to the challenges brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. After the special services, the judges, magistrates and all the other stakeholders moved to the Lagos High Court Igboshere for the parade. There, the Chief Judge inspected a guard of honor. In his interview with the media after the ceremony, the CJ called on lawyers, litigants and indeed all stakeholders to continue to partner with the judiciary.
We should cooperate with the government in ensuring that we comply with the protocols laid down for this COVID period. Particularly, if you are coming to court now, it's no longer business as usual. Now, courts will not open their doors for everybody to come in at the same time again. No, when your case is called, you'll be allowed in.
Justice ALOGBA also disclosed that following the state governor's inspection of the courts, renovation work is set to commence on the premises. He identified other areas in need of urgent attention.
The governor is trying his best to provide facilities for us to be able to work virtually as much as possible, given other infrastructural deficits in the general system, not just in Lagos, like connectivity. You know, when you don't have connectivity, you cannot really work well. But that is global, not even in Lagos or Nigeria alone. But as for provision of necessary facilities, we have even just taken delivery of some components which we'll use in making our courts work virtually. And so I can say I give kudos to the government for that, particularly the government.
Journalists also sought to know if the independence of the judiciary could still be guaranteed if the state government hands out cars and houses to judges, just as the governor recently did. Here's how the CJ responded.
When people talk about independence, there's nothing that is not relative in life. Everything has a beginning and an end. Once you are 3 arms of government, you must interrelate. Each one has its own function. The executive will not come and be delivering judgments. The legislature will not come and be executing contracts or awarding contracts. Likewise, the judiciary will not go and be dispensing money. Dispensing money lies in the sector of the executive. But what independence of the judiciary, to my mind, simply means is that the executive should not deprive the judiciary of sufficient funds to carry out its work. Once the enabling environment is provided, you have your independence. So I think in Lagos State, before they started talking about independence of judiciary all over, in Lagos State we have been enjoying much more of that independence.
Justice ALOGBA has also promised that the Lagos judiciary under his watch will continue to apply the law as it is and dispense justice to the best of its ability. The Lagos State Judiciary has a total of 61 judges and 143 magistrates. And just before we go, here's a recap of some other legal stories we're tracking.
We begin with a report that a five-man panel of the Court of Appeal, presided over by Justice Adziram Nshala, has reserved judgment in the appeal filed by Senator Diri challenging the nullification of his election as the governor of Bayelsa State. At the hearing of the appeal in Abuja, a lawyer to Governor Diri, while urging the court to overturn the verdict of the Bayelsa State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal, argued that the Advanced Nigeria Democratic Party fielded an underrated candidate who was not qualified to stand for the elections. The lawyer to the Advanced Nigeria Democratic Party, however, insists that the Independent National Electoral Commission unlawfully excluded its candidate from the governorship election and urged the court to affirm the decision of the tribunal nullifying the election of Governor Diri. The court also reserved judgment in the appeals filed by the Independent National Electoral Commission and the People's Democratic Party. On the 17th of August 2020, the Bayelsa State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Abuja had nullified the election of Governor Diri of Bayelsa State over INEC's exclusion of the candidate of the Advanced Nigeria Democratic Party. The prosecution witness in the alleged 714.6 million naira fraud trial of a former Minister of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs, Kabiru Turaki, has told the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja that due process was not followed in the payment of funds to beneficiaries of a purported sensitization program. At the resumption of the trial, the witness, Vincent Odafe, a former Director of Finance in the Federal Ministry of Special Duties, while being led in evidence by the prosecuting counsel, Farouk Abdullah, told the court that no documents were presented to support the payment of 359 million naira to beneficiaries. He recalled how the then Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Tahir Haruna, invited him to his office and told him he was expecting some money from the Federal Ministry of Finance for a special assignment and gave him only a list of accounts to be paid. The witness said he complained to the Permanent Secretary that he needed more documents to support the payment. Justice Nyange Kwo has adjourned further hearing till November 9, 2020. Turaki is standing trial alongside his personal assistant and two other companies. Still at the court, the same Justice Nyange Kwo has ruled that President Muhammadu Buhari acted in contravention of the law when he sent the names of 11 candidates recommended to him by the National Judicial Council for appointment as judges of the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory to the Senate for screening and confirmation. While delivering judgment in a suit filed by an Abuja-based lawyer, Oladimeji Ekemba, Justice Ekwo held that the forwarding of the names of the 11 nominees by the President to the Senate was in breach of Section 256 sub 2 of the Nigerian Constitution. The judge also agreed with the plaintiff that only the appointment of a head of court, like the chief judge, required Senate confirmation. Justice Ekwo, however, ruled that the contravention of the law by the President did not affect the judge's inauguration, as the judges have been sworn in by the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Ibrahim Muhammad. And we round off with a report that judiciary workers under the aegis of the Judicial Staff Union of Nigeria have said they will shut down courts nationwide on Monday in compliance with a directive by the Nigeria Labour Congress and Trade Union to embark on a strike. This is in contravention of an order from the National Industrial Court sitting in Abuja, which stopped the planned strike. The president of JUSUN, Marawan Adamu, has said that as an affiliate of NLC, the Union of Judiciary Workers was bound by the umbrella body's directive to Nigerian workers to proceed on strike, especially if it had not been served with the court's orders. The NLC and the TUC had jointly declared the industrial action to press for the reversal of the recent hike in petrol pump price and electricity tariff.
And here's where we adjourn till next week. Don't forget that you can watch again this episode of the program and past episodes on our YouTube channel. I'm Shola Shieli. Thank you for watching.